that man is a success who has lived well, laughed often and loved much, who has gained the respect of men and women alike and the love of his family and friends, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who leaves the world better than he found it, who has never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, and who looked for the best in others and gave the best he had.
Ash was finally able to visit Abbey Road, see the studio, the famous street crossing, and he forced me to walk past Paul McCartney's London home. There's a high fence, there's literally nothing to see. And eventually, after 15 months, I left Mushroom for good and we returned to Australia. Ash accidentally ended up with a part-time job at JB Hi-Fi in Camberwell, working in the new DVD department, after joking with the owner that he knew more about DVDs than his staff.
Peter Couples, Ronnie Pears, Sam McNally, Stylus.
There's a lesson here. Ooh, it's not perfectly clear when it comes down to the heart. Don't you play with it, tear it apart. When it's a one-sided love, what can you do? A one-sided love, got to see. When it's a one-sided love, ooh, you've got to fight, gotta pull yourself together. You have to see the light.
Pretty soon, our home looked like a JB Hi-Fi store, and it's never recovered.
Ash, as you know, had one of the most unique voices in the world, not just Australia. It was incredible. He opens his mouth and then you just knew it was him. There was nobody like him. Very childlike way about him. He was very excitable, and as has been attested to today, he would always, he had an idea. He could never say, cut, I've got an idea. He'd be, cut. So 4 times. Right. Yeah, passionate. That's a pretty good idea. And then other times he'd come back, cut. Nothing. Loved the man dearly, and yes, he was an incredibly unique character.
He was a great friend, and he used to sort of be the guy that used to hang around. You know, he was always fast playing behind, hanging around. And it got to the stage where all the girlfriends had fallen in love with Ashley. He got the gig, and the rest is history. So most of the job ended up with Stylus, and like I say, it's Ash. Love you, brother.
We had an incredible boys' own adventure in the end of '79 after Stylus I ended up, or went off the road temporarily. Ashley and I went to LA and hung out with good mate Peter Max Miller, who's sitting here. You know, those were the days when we could just go and see people. People like Ronnie Foster and Patrice Rushen, and we nearly got to see George Duke, and we just had a heck of a good time. And, you know, Ash is the kind of guy that there'd be no better companion to do that type of stuff with. The rest, everyone else has already said it. Just love the guy a lot, and humble man. And it's the appreciation of it now. Thank you.
My uncle was my mother's only sibling, her big brother. For myself and my siblings, he was the only uncle we ever knew. So rare, so fragile, and so beautiful. We grew up with his songs on long road trips, at home, at my brother's wedding. My grandparents were so proud of him. And he was one of two of their greatest achievements. Amongst the tears, the remembrance of his love is eternal and remains undiminished in time like gold. He was the only uncle I ever knew and will ever know, and forever will remain as such. But he was also a man I looked up to and who deeply inspired my own creativity. He was a guide to me when I was younger and learning about life, love, loss, and of course, music.
I might just remind you that holding down a solid bass line while delivering a heartfelt vocal is not an easy thing to do. Especially if you happen to have Coxie beside you clowning around while you're trying to do it. Together we had much more than a fleeting connection across a room. Of course he was my musical brother, but I felt as time went on that we were actually more like real brothers. So, thanks, Ash.
But to finish off with, I want to farewell Ashley from me personally, and remind you and Ashley, if he's listening, that he was so special in so many ways. He was a truly special person, not just his talent, but just as a person. And I loved him, as I said before. The sheer warmth of his friendship and fellowship is what I will miss the most, and the music will speak for itself. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.